like give me love, oh. Now you the catch my shot, oh. For your sake, I go church, oh. Hey. We go drive around before my Porsche. Baby, pana, they say you like you all, I get you all, baby, pana. Anywhere that you go, I can follow you to go, baby, pana. They say you like the sound, I get it.
Beautiful comment. Wow.
Sanmolani sinimukele kwi Daily Thetha where youth is taking charge and namhlanje we're taking charge ngomsiko wethu waseAfrica and sifuna ukubukisa ngobuningi bawo and sobe sinama guests sobe sichazela kabanzi nalo ukuthi how it takes ukuthi uwenze show ukuthi lo msiko wethu appreciate and siyawuthanda as well. But I from you at home ukuthi ko thatha isikhathi singana ukuthi su appreciate and sugqoka every day singagqoki kuphela manginommemulo nomshado noma kunezinto zesintu nje but njengamanje nje ubona namhlanje siyiAfrica sihambele.
Tumelo, thank you for joining us. Nakalina Tumelo. Mothotoane. It's a pleasure to be with you today. We are drenched in African prints and lokonile as we celebrate Africa Month. We're putting the spotlight on African clothing. If we modernize our African fashion, are we taking away from the aesthetics and DNA of Africa, of course, and who we really are? And whether or not African fashion in a platform in international runways, and why are Saboni more stores in malls? They're from African prints. So many international stores, mara so many few of our African clothes. So look as we're collaborating with other, of course, our regions in South Africa. As you can see, wonder what you like and see phone outfit we'll hook you up, girl. But of course, one more Daily Thetha.
Give us a call on 011-339-1315 or find us on Facebook, Daily_Thetha, on Twitter as well, @Daily_Thetha. We'll touch isikhathi ngana ukuthi umsiko waseAfrica siugqoke nje every day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Ngoba kulesini namhlanje siugqokile, singawugqoki ngama weekends kuphela. Is it because lapho uyabiza or mhlawumbe awuboni ukuthi into ongakwazi ukuthi uyigqoke e-office? Wanna find out from you at home and nakhona la studio as well. Sanibonana ne studio sinibingelela. Asiqale ngakuphi Tumelo, asiqale ngala sizo wami phethe microphone. Sifuna ukwazi ukuthi na kuyofika isikhathi lapha njengama Africa la sikwazi khona ukugqoka umsiko wethu Monday to Friday siye ngawo emsebenzini and nanokuthi yini le kwenza ukuthi sichoose omunye umsiko ngaphandle kwayo. Is it because of imali or because of lapha indlela abawenze ngakhona ukugcolisa?
Like sometimes you cannot like expect sometimes wesikole ukuthi agqoke traditional esikolweni, then you need to ukuthi okay agqoke uniform yakhe esikolweni. Okay, ever since we thought ukuthi ama price are high or up, sometimes abanye abantu abayithandi traditional ba understand nje just.
What about when?
Me, mina I don't like traditional really. I don't have and I don't want to have it.
Why?
Just like.
Why? You're black, you're African, you're in Africa. Mara uyatopa to Europe. Fail. Why?
I'm Tonga and then
Shibelani.
all those things.
Is it heavy?
It's too heavy. I cannot even dance, so there's no point for me to be wearing that. It's heavy. No, I don't like it.
But I mean, we've also seen different kinds of cultures being incorporated in modern clothes. So even if you look at Roko, I mean, this it looks like a white-collared kind of dress. So it's from maybe the white shirt, but they've incorporated those colors. So I think maybe even if you take a look at it's still modernized, but still represents song.
If as well, this is Eben Zulu, Ngumzulu, but you see now there's a shang into this magic. Don't you think maybe Isbelane and Akona, if Bengascala, Bessie Seguinlela, Usbone, Wazustanda, Shinchi in the lessons on Akon, or Siaxinda,
yeah, if like Bangas change, maybe but be a little bit light, okay, be a little bit tight, yeah, then I'd wear it.
Light and tight, yeah, designers, just the memo again, you got the memo. All right, Arakle on this side, my brother, what do you think about African fashion?
I still believe in African attires and the color itself. Yeah. It's just designers should make sure it's always there. We always go back to African colors and design. I mean, like you can take a hoodie.
Yeah.
That's us.
But when ukile Daily Thetha knowing it's an Africa show, so very genie, akiboni yana, you know, representation yasiperiana or Setswana or Sevenda. The camouflage is where they're not from Africa.
I still say it's
but not Gugwen.
No, weight. If it looks beautiful, then you can wear it. You can take a golf t-shirt, put nice colors from Africa. they can wear it too.
Can I ask something like why is singababona abantu abaningi bagqoke imsiko yethu la eAfrica? Is it because lapha ama stalls asizithola itolo kuma malls, or is it because awazi ukuthi uzoyithola phi? Why isikhathi esiningi singazithola sigqoke wona, even uhambe edrobheni awuvamisile ubona abantu abaningi bagqoke izinto zesintu?
Since impahla zethu zachange,
Yeah.
kwangena it's like different types of music. From music there came dance. Dance there came acting.
Yeah.
And then masizonke lapho you have to choose ukuthi okay, do I have to go to my roots every time? It's basically it's beautiful. It's
Okay.
it's art.
All right,
Okay.
all right then. Okay. I don't
Like
know
if you love
why
it, you
isn't
can
that
wear
there
it.
aren't enough, African clothing stores in Africa? Because look at a lot of European stores. I'm sure you know, if you talk about you're bombarded with a lot of clothes, whether they're from America, whether they're from Switzerland, Britain, Europe, you name it. And I just want to ask someone else, just to answer and tell us. Papi, you can tell us because you're in the industry. Why aren't there a lot of African, clothing stores? You might please.
I think the idea of Africa, first of all, has been dead. The people, they killed it first.
How?
Because they brainwashed us to say what we have or what we own or what we are is not good enough to be. So they killed it. It's only now that we are now trying to resurrect it.
And are you succeeding, or do you think it's still a struggle?
It is a little bit of a struggle if the mindset of the people, like my sister, she's like, I don't want nothing to do with you Africans, So which means it's going to take us a couple of years for us to actually work on the mind of the people that are dead, for them to give them back the African life and love.
Yeah.
Then from there, all the malls got to be African.
Okay. And how do we modernize into very konakala and sithathe manje siyibuyisela back to 2017? Let me start with you, my sister. How do we modernize izinto zesintu ebezikade zivele zikhona ekuqaleni and sisibuyisela back to ifashion yamanje? How do we do that?
Are you asking how do we modernize fashion?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
The way to modernize it, I don't think we should run away from our culture and not try too much, or not try to make it so modern that we lose our traditional roots. In that, I look at things like African fashion traditionally is always very modest. So like what the lady's wearing, very fashion forward, great styling, but still modest. She's still covered. She's not showing too much. I think if we keep elements like that, then we'll stay true to our roots.
So you don't want us to take away from the aesthetics and just the DNA it makes an African
Definitely
attire
not.
by putting too much of westernized or modern elements to it, so
Yeah.
people are comfortable.
Definitely, and I think that's the difference that you'll see in, say, Asian fashion. You can still always tell there's something Asian about it, and that's what we're missing in Africa. There's always that debate, no, if you're not doing anything with an African print, it's not African. No, there's Asians that are not doing anything that looks Oriental, but you still know because you can still see the culture in it.
Right.
So if we can keep the culture and have it looking sort of modest, or always think back to, okay, what would my parents have done? Maybe it's a head wrap, maybe it's something like that. We can
Okay,
bring
interesting
that in.
points from our audience members. Lokhonle, we're putting the spotlight on African fashion. We're talking all things fashion, but Lokhonle, we're putting it on Africa. The challenge is selling what fashion designers have. Consumers in Africa, why aren't we buying enough African, fashion wear? And Lokhonle, why do we associate African fashion wear with only umemulo and just the traditional weddings? But you feel like you can't close a deal in an African attire. All this and more. Get away from the break.
Young African designers like zikhule kakhulu kule century yethu yabo.
The young of African designers, it's difficult to get by because from a financial point of view, there's not much financial backup.
Even though like istyle sabo besmixa nestyle saphesheya western style yabo bahlanganise nesabo, but then into yabo iyabukeka kakhulu yabo bakhule ngeyona ndlela engummangaliso.
African fashion has become, the voice of style.
Kubalekile ba abantu like benze bacinge izinto ngendlela yahlukilena ngohlobo olutsha. So in your right le bona ngaba abantu bakhule in different ways art yabo ne craft yabo as well as designer.
I definitely think that there is a renewal process, or there's a refurbishment process amongst young people, redefining what it means to be cultural, redefining what it means to be traditional, and obviously redefining what it means to live in a pop culture world while still embracing your customs as an African. So it's an exciting time.
The rise of young African designers has been a long time coming.
All of the big stakeholders in the fashion industries are looking at what Africans are doing because, you know, Africans have always had a very unique flair for fashion. We are colorful, we are vibrant, and I feel that the rest of the world is starting to follow suit and really just embrace, you know, what we are all about.
I feel like these new brand of African artists and designers are using more African, you know, patterns, African designs, African, you know, influenced mainly by Africa, and that's why I feel like they're connecting with an even local crowd. I feel like David Lale managed to connect internationally because most of his pieces were international.
But in as much as there's so much international attraction towards what we have to offer in the fashion scene as Africans, there is a huge disease that we carry as Africans because we do not own up, you know, to our own creations and to our own creativity and our own traditions and customs that are driving, you know, the fashion industry.
Keeping our culture is I feel like a basic necessity for us to not lose our identity, you know, as a country.
Already, a lot of our trends have been infused into different cultures, but we need to start taking, you know, the steps to lead, you know, the rest of the world in terms of fashion and how we foresee it playing out, since we're already quite an influential element to that market.
Sabukeli Daily Thetha, where youth is taking charge, and namhlanje we're talking all things African fashion, and sifuna ukubuka ukuthi umsiko wethu as well singakwazi ukugqoka nje ngaphandle ukuthi sizogqoka makuyimicimbi, sifuna ukwazi ukuthi why kahle kahle ungenayo as well. Nje ubona namhlanje sigqoke Urban Zulu mina noTumi, but ngase ngizofaka nemelo la ekhanda ukuthi ngithi ukuthi shasha kancane. But let's go to ama calls wakho on 011-339-1315 sizothi umbona wakho thina about topic namhlanje. Let's go to Joe in Freedom Park. Joe.
Yeah, my man, how are you?
Angikhona njani wena mfethu?
Angikhona bro. Bro, kuna abantu abanyana bathi fihla wona abalazi bathi bona karisa kumuntu yena imvenda karingwana imtsonga karingwana impili karingwana you know, understand. So understand kuloku umuntu and by the way this section who's going to be, we have a man like at the end. If you don't know where your culture, who's going to wear your culture? Understand? Like kola kuna mtsonga angafila kutibona karisa kuyena mtsonga kwa actually shinga difficult ka culture ya wena. Culture ya wena you are Africa, you die until urum Africa wabo. So ngoba kutiba culture ya wena ile uhleketa expecta in your life. Understand?
Yes.
So guys, kuna mtiri wanya like I feel to ngambala uniform one and understand. So you can wear at least kubona karisa kuyara so ngambala something nyana kutikombisa like a shirt lenga in something nyana kukonta kurumtsonga like anything yesha kutikombisa kuwena wena ka culture yi one understand. So lokumithi fihla mingaka kubonisa ku yina bomani so expect ni ka culture yawe.
Yep.
One understand. So I try to bring that ngati fishi wana umile tibaleni atibona karisa kumtsonga imvenda impeli
Mzulu
uma fishi to mina umhlangano uba kumazulu like khuluma izulu afuna abantu bakubona ukuthi wena uyishangani. What is that? You and you are not a shangani, you're not a Zulu, you are a shangani. What is that? Understand?
Nice.
So I right, understand.
Thank you very much Joe, and siyabonga kakhulu ukuthi kubalekile ukuthi uyiqhanye ngobuwena and uzazi ukuthi umuntu oyena as well, ungabi namahloni ngakho if umshangani bomshangani bomzulu bompeti konke ubuwena isintu sakho leso, make sure that uba proud of sona. Siyabonga kakhulu Joe for the call. Now ungenza ukufana as well usifonele kuleyo number 011-339-1315. We're talking all things African fashion namhlanje.
I can say Joe, thank you so much for that call. We're talking of course lady fashion designers, but they live, breathe fashion, and that's the challenges telling bafisa Jonah on a regular basis, just not only Morai but also internationally. Go break through, and of course Babi Olungorere Apishtikiana from Urban Zulu, and of course Mangina Akalonaja from Mamelo Accessories, and we're also joined by Rina Chunga Olungor Oja from Rich Factory to take us through conversation. Welcome, thank you for your time.
Thanks for having us.
Let's talk about the definition, African fashion. Kini African fashion, is African fashion African prints, or can I still, be a Khartjohan Kutsiya making, very, very long, beautiful, lacy gowns, presenting them overseas and still be an African designer?
I think that's a really big debate. For me, I say no. I still want to see some element of African in your design. It doesn't have to be African print. There's so many different things they can do. You know, there's the beading, even just the culture of it that can be the inspiration, but I don't know her inspiration. So for all I know, it's table mounted or something, you know. So in that, if those elements are visible, then you are an African designer.
Let me come to you, Papi, as well. I want to find out, Eben Zulu, igama lakho liqhamuke kanjani, and what umsiko wakho uthini ngamaZulu? Is there anything to do with Zulus, or it was just a name?
It has something to do with Zulus because of the fact that the translation of Zulu is heaven. Tina, we're proudly saying Africa is heaven, you know. So Zulu is heaven. So we want to say we are from Africa, we are from heaven, we are the prime people, we are the superior people, we are the God's people. It's us first. But we're not living in some imaginary world where it's us first. We're living here in these urban settlements. When we say urban Zulu because we are Zulu, which means we are the kings, we are the superior, but we're living in these urban places. So that's why we say urban Zulu.
So when you say Zulu, are you distincting between other tribes and cultures? Are you specifically focusing on KZN? Or are we also represented in Lobzu?
No.
I want to know.
Yeah, right. Zulu is I've been showcasing in New York and some places in Europe as well. Maufika Lapana, the one place that they really know is Zulu. As if you come, as it's not, despite saying the rest of the tribe like South Africa, they are not important. No, just to Maufika Lapana, Mauti Zulu, but understand where do you come from exactly. So we should take advantage of what is ours. Also, we must understand as Africans, Zulu is not really deeply coming from KwaZulu. There is Nguni, there is Central Africa, there is the migration of the people of Africa, all that stuff, the divisions of borders that happened before what we have today. For us, we want to take it back to Khale, to when it was not even about Pedi or Zulu, when it was just one population. And if Zulu is heaven and we are from heaven, let's just go with Zulu.
And Papi, abantu abaningi bakhala ukuthi and these designs when like African designs ayabiza. How true is that, or it's just a messenger from abantu ukuthi akazange azayithenga akaza inquiry, it's just that unale on the card ukuthi they're expensive?
Look, I think our competition definitely becomes the European, the Chinese, and all that stuff, right? So basically, the material is very expensive because we've been imposed the price of the material to us, which means to manufacture, first of all, labor is expensive in South Africa, you know. We don't own a lot of infrastructure, so which means we are renting out warehouses for production. You know, there is a lot of things that go into making a finished garment like the one that you are wearing. But I think from our perspective, like Eben Zulu, I mean, our pricings are almost the same as Markham's. It's just matter of choice. The jacket that you are wearing, it's about probably $799. 800, It's $800. The same price as Markham. It's up to you. Do you choose Markham or do you choose Eben Zulu? It's up to you.
Do you agree, Rina?
I definitely agree. And also if you're looking at, say, prices of your international markets, if it's H&M, they're doing millions when they're doing units. So then the cost of their fabric already, they get a huge discount as compared to us. So maybe we're doing 50 units. The price, we can't compete price-wise to somebody who's getting such a big rate cut off the pricing of their fabric. And then also our pricing isn't as expensive as people would think. There's a dress that we have, it's called the Infinity dress, very popular dress. Every time people come into the shop, they're shocked that they can take it home for $950, and this is a dress that I've been making since I started in the business. There's people whose dresses are 5 years old, they still have that dress, they still get to wear it, they still get compliments. So you're also investing. It's like you might spend a little bit more than on a piece from Urban Zulu than Markham's, but it's going to last you longer than that piece from Markham's as well.
And speaking just about, profit and obviously attracting the consumers, Charlie, and I understand that the brand ambassadors play a very, big role in that. You have the likes of, actress Nomzamo Mbata that you dress, I understand. What role do they play in attracting the right market, to actually know about the work that you do?
I've been very lucky in getting Nomzamo to wear Rich Factory. I think it's very important because we've had a few ambassadors before, popular people, equally as popular as Nomzamo, but they don't carry the brand like she does. Nomzamo, you've seen her, she calls herself the Nubian princess. So she's also all about being truly African. So when people see her wearing the clothes, they get it. It's genuine. It carries the brand. Also, the people who follow her are people who want to be a Nubian princess themselves.
Yeah.
So yeah, already they'll know that that's what I want to look like. Let me go buy it. Not somebody else who's maybe, say, in hip hop, and they're not necessarily who speaks to the African brand. Yeah.
Just before we go to e-break, Papi, I want to find out something. Mina ngicala ukubona i-Urban Zulu ngayibona on Facebook. Do you guys use platforms like that? Because not many shops that I've seen malls. What do you guys use to make sure that abantu they bakwazi access your impahla zenu?
We've actually made it possible for people to access Urban Zulu because we've got stores like yours, like a Carlton Center, we've got one of the biggest store. We can find that at Rosebank. So those positioning always are important because we try and be in places where people go by and find us. Obviously now there is a very big growth into the whole online market. Yeah. So I will certainly say our online store is doing almost the same numbers as probably the Rosebank store, which means there's a big shift now from people going to the specific store and buy, probably go Rosebank or go Josie. They deciding she stays in Midrand, but she just buys online. Or she stays in Rosebank, instead of walking to the store 5 minutes away, she just buy online and get delivered tomorrow. So that's why we're now pushing Boma Facebook and all that stuff. That's actually, and all the other medias.
Interesting stuff. Okay, of course, from our African diaspora, representing us as far as the prints and clothing is concerned. Our designers, we're looking to focus more on more African fashion. We'll be right back.
My fashion no-nos would be skimpy clothing and anything that's not decent.
Someone could say people are free to express themselves, but a no-no is dress yourself to complement what you have.
Square toes. Square toes. Call center. Yeah, that's a fashion no-no for me.
It's more ukhipha yonke into yakho. Yazi uma untombazana kwamele uhloniphe. Abanye abantu they too revealing. Yeah, and they show so much skin.
If people look at me more than 3 times and are not impressed with what I'm wearing, then it's a no-no for me.
Look, personal preference your name matter and the most when it comes to Uruaperi Ingi, and I think people I mean, yes, African fashion, but like about 3 times appearing, then I lose my confidence as well. So but for now though, Arblen Liponso all the way from Northwest, Ponso Amrela deleted. Hi Ponso. Ponso Ra Amrela. All right, Nali James Social Blue Fontaine Ra Amrela. Hello. Get James. Hello. All right. You can call us on 011-339-1315. About the opportunity appearing locally and also African fashion.
Sikhuluma izinto zesintu njenganamhlanje njengoba nedwing ilifakile as well. Come from Tumelo associates, so we do have patience Ndagane simuyele kwi deleted as well as Sazi Mduzulwane from Sazi Mduzulwane. Mduzulwane.
Yes.
It sounds like ngenye into ngesizulu mothi Mduzulwane umuntu ngathi uyaduzuka yabo but
no. It means a mosquito actually.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Kothi nti mosquito so na umuntu ngathi uyaduzuka ngene. South Africa guys, welcome to Daily Thetha.
Thanks for having me.
Siyabonga cool guys. And sikhuluma about izinto zesintu zase Africa as well. You guys nezama accessories, you're doing ama bags as well. Why is it so hard for us uqala ukuthi sibe ama customers and stand into that ngasonke isikhathi ukuthi ngasonke isikhathi even ngigqokile izinto zangaphandle but maybe mix it with some of our own?
Well, I don't think it's so hard. It's just the way it was before we got to this state.
Yeah.
People were wearing things like from outside, yes, things, yeah. Yes. But then now it's time for African culture to come in, and people are penetrating. They're going through. They are showing different styles. I'm also doing bags. I'm doing clothing also. This is inspired by the Xhosa culture. Yes, yes. So it is time for African prints and everything African cultures. Yeah. Yes. So it is making its way into the market right now.
So Patience, for when, how hard is it, or how easy is it to get into this, fashion industry? Come to South Africa.
It's easy because I mean, rona re go Mamello with the accessory. So it's easy because in a way that how wapere you can at least exercise in an African way. You just put an African print accessory, you know, looking good and all that. And then you happy at the same time. It's difficult because the products that we are making using the fabrics, they are dura, and people tend to say, no, these accessories, why are they so expensive at some point, you know? Because they might be cheap, but to some people they are expensive. But because of the fabrics that we use, they tend to be expensive. Hence that we have to put on the prices that we put on them. But at the same time, it's us. We rather focus on the African tradition than more on the Western, because for now I feel that it's about time that we shift. Just go back to our culture, just go back to us, you know, embrace what we have. It's beautiful colors, these are beautiful fabrics. I mean, why be ashamed of them? And you just rock your dress, you just rock your accessories and look good, look nice, look presentable. As an African woman, as an African man, why be ashamed? I mean, these are beautiful things. These are beautiful creations.
But why hide? Why could?
And stuff like that. But Sazi, I see some challenges guys in Pegana now, especially manenza izinto from scratch and making sure that you in a little culture feel. How hard for you guys to break into a market and to have shops? Uguti, listen, I'm doing bags. Can you guys give me a space here to do uguti ngwazi uguti dice on your shop to be on the mall? Because sometimes I'll understand it. Amanye malls are busy, especially when you usaqala. Atina ma challenges in Pegana
now. With me, things haven't been going so smoothly, but then they go as I go. Things grow. So with stores, there have been several that have been approaching me, and people, they want to buy my stuff in bulk. So I think the way I penetrated the market, people got to be attracted to my products, and then it wasn't so hard. But then the challenges that we faced is mostly getting machinery. Yeah, machinery can be costly to be able to produce a product, right? So you have to find funds, you have to find people that can help you, and yeah, those are the main challenges that we face. Otherwise, with the designing, you have to work. That's your job.
Speaking about designing, Tumelo, bengicala ukubona ukuthi la madoda enziwa ngani namhlanje e-makeup. Ngibonile, so angazi nokuyimfihlo. Angazi ukuthi kuyimfihlo ukuthi niwenza ngani. It's a family secret.
So they can't reveal. Mara, I'm patient to some of your designs. Kota Fulenge. Just take us through how exactly you made some of your designs. I know you can't stand up because you're mic'd and everything. Mara, I'll just maybe stand and just show everyone some of the accessories that you have. For instance, how did you make something like this? Was it difficult for when we did?
No, it's not difficult, as I'm now used to making these things because I make them every day. So it's quite easy for me. But if ukala huyeta, it's gonna take time for you to make and finishing it. It takes about 30 minutes. I can make about 30 a day, 50 a day.
Sure.
Yeah.
That's so interesting. And they can wear them in bulk
around
their neck. What was the idea behind that? Because I've seen in different cultures, there's some inspiration behind, the long necklaces. They cover your whole neck.
Yeah.
Inspiration.
My inspiration was the Maasai people.
Yeah. Bako Kenya.
Yes, Bako Kenya. They inspire me a lot. I see that and I see this beautiful thing they're wearing on their necks. And so hence that my model has the same look on her. It's beautiful. I just love it. The colors that just pop and the gold choker thing, it makes it so wow. It's actually beautiful.
This is so creative because I think it was made out of buttons.
So
it was I like how you use simple things around you to make such a beautiful garment. So where your accessories, would you say?
Market them on social media. On Facebook. Yes. And Mamela accessories. Yes, on Facebook, and you can on also my Facebook page, Patience Ndakane. Yes, you can find us there.
Let me I think I go to Usazi Patelela. And Sazi, I'm a bags la, ne? Sazi Africa. Isaga lele.
Makotuka.
Makotuka, ne?
Abanye bathi mashangani bag, they call it in different, different names.
And what inspired this bag? Is it because of Makotuka Makai?
I think everyone has a story to tell about the bag.
Yeah.
Whether I remember one day my dad came home, had sweets as fake kumashangani bag, so that's my story. And I fell in love with the print ekuyo and the design, the way it's designed.
Yeah.
Yes. So and I've met quite a lot of designers who are using the same material and they're making quite nice bags with it. And also there's people making shoes, so it is nice material to work with.
Wow. Okay. And I see this one, Ipale, a vendor girl. Why?
Yes. I also personalized, this was made for a client.
Oh.
Yes, I also personalized the bags.
Okay.
To whatever I want to write on it.
So there's a Zulu girl as well?
Yeah, there's always a Zulu girl.
I'm just asking.
Well, yes.
Yeah, so nakona futhi ufakisa lo kotu.
Yes.
Ukuthi ubuyele ekhaya. I think there's son ubuyele ekhaya, ne?
Yeah, izohambelana. Going smoothly.
Okay, siyabonga kakhulu. And njengobona ke imsiko yaseAfrika sibheke ngayo namhlanje Africa Month and making sure ukuthi siyayithanda, siyayithokozela and siyazi nokuthi itholakala because excuse eningi abantu bathi ngizosithatha apha izinto zesintu. This is Daily Thetha where youth is taking charge. Siyabuya after this.
Is just to impress, in my own understanding. It means that umuntu ugqoka ngoba ufuna ukubonisa abantu ukuthi ugqokeni.
When you are dressing, you need to make a statement. So that is the actual impressing, that statement you are dressing for people, because you would like for people to address you the way you are dressed.
When you walk in the streets, people should notice you and turn their heads.
Dress for the occasion. So you think of the people you're going to meet or the occasion you're going for, and you dress accordingly. Example, if you're going to a meeting, you might want to look like you know, a business person. If you're going to a red carpet event, then you bring out that hottest gown. So it's just being appropriate to the event or where you're going.
If there's a particular job interview that I'm going for, or maybe I'm going to meet a lady, Nyoshela, I must put on my best outfit.
Daily Thetha. We are the youth taking charge, and in this Africa Month we celebrate, of course, African fashion. We're putting the spotlight on African fashion. The designers they go through this and live through this industry on a daily basis. The challenges and how can we better support them as we South African consumers? You can call us on 011 339 1315, and Daniel gets
Hello again.
Daniel. Hey, Blalirin.
Well, Benendo from Johannesburg, originally from the I think, firstly, let me congratulate you guys for the good job you're doing.
Thank you.
Yes. And then I think tradition, just because I think, just imagine if maybe you are overseas and then someone let's say Tonga tradition, Venda tradition, or a Zulu tradition. Don't you think, then I can't stop a motor, then I would then go high.
Yeah.
Then what culture are you? Then which nation are you? And which country are you from?
Yeah.
So I think, then you must be proud of who you are, where you're coming from.
I like the point, Daniel, because I think in essence you're saying we need to brand, you know, our countries and our continent, even overseas.
Exactly, exactly. And then I think in terms of we uplift time. Then utsarali madaga mo awa are the program to I go shopping 18. Ukre areka something can 900, but you fail to support your brother who's doing the very great job. That's the very same price. So we want to go shopping 18.
Yeah, let's support you. Thank you so much, Daniel, for the points, Chagago, and for calling us today.
And now foot at home, give us that call, says Utumbona Kuchin about a topic and Amslanje. And today we do have Musa Khatebe, or a creative director of Isintu. Musa, when Uvelo Tatage each Aluga Coco or Lenzingu, Ukwenza Ganjan, come Ganjan, Bubonu Cocket, Kogel Chalo, Bonta, Malguazu to Shinchela Panala Palibe into it. Take us through Umsigo Aquasintua.
Should in Kulele and Kulele Kaya.
lesintu vele ukuthi kuhlale kwenza imisebenzi kuyashadwa kuyenza konke so uyabona itshalo ukuthi abantu banikana ngalezi gift ukuthi thatha bambathisane ngalo nani ngiyabheka ukuthi okay lento le man yinhle ngiyayithanda we ngakhona isignify friendship uthando amongst abantu abamnyama ubuntu and then ngathi yazini it's ngizama ukuthi abantu bakhona ukugcoka everyday kube everyday wear because it's very ceremonial abantu bayigcoka makunemisebenzi kuphela mhlawumbe uyibeke embedeni mayolala uyimbathe ngathi it's ngizama ukuyenza everyday wear and then ngacala kancane ngayenza ijacket yokucala ngayigcoka prototype nje ukubona ukuthi abantu bazoreacta kanjani and then ngathi mangigcoka ngayigcoka like enough bengila iJoburg mangokha la iJoburg abantu bayangibuza uyithathe iphi lento le ngathi no ngizenzele wathi this is very beautiful and then ngathi you know what maybe this is the way to go because I love fashion. Ngiyazithanda impahla and I'm very cultured. Very cultured. I come from culture.
Let's also take a look for Mothotoane because I love how you've incorporated this as an everyday wear. Ke winter gona bjano. So I can wear this Mothotoane bottleneck ka mogare and I can still be warm. But also what stood out for me gape ke gore you have a logo, South Africa. More at the bottom and also at the back jacket and you say gore we be in almost every Wonkama jacket. Why is it important for brand South Africa?
La mangenza le collection le ngibize umcimbi it's basically it's a marriage between ama individuals that different ahlangane ku common setting and then I was like umcimbi into yethu yabantu abamnyama yonke into celebrate makushada siyahlangana abantu bagcoka into is different ngathi into yase South Africa maya overseas amakhala akhona it's black white it's never amakhala upright.
And then how's the support, guys, from especially abantu bakhona la eMzansi? Do you get much support, especially if unenza izinto zesintu zethu kanje, or you get support mostly kubantu abasuke besuka ngaphandle kwaseNingizimu Afrika?
Mina ngicale last year senginonyaka ngale business isupport ngayithola kakhulu kuma coastal region yo Western Cape, KZN, abantu vele aba rooted ku culture. Kwaba into ukuthi bela iJoburg bakhala ngeprice because sikhombisa nama international brands amaningi ama H&M khona iCotton On abantu bakhala ngeprice sorry
advertiser wena
but sinkhulumela competition because basibulala ngani bona ba producer at a very cheap rate mina yonke into yami is made like South Africa from leather ngisource like South Africa amajali like yonke into even production. So abantu bazothi hayi uyadura ngithi but you do understand the process yonke lento le from leather I use the genuine leather so it might last for 10 years the jacket.
Interesting. And Papi Arblelwana about not just support from the consumers but support from government and the agencies selling what they're meant to support African designers. Do you get a lot of platforms from Bona in terms of support?
Yeah, I think there is a lot of support. I mean, personally, I've not really been tapping into a lot of support because of the fact that for Urban Zulu, it was quite a different, it was a different thing, We started, I think, at the right time when people really, the revolution was very fresh. So when we just opened the stores, people were, and our product was, because it's so close to what they were wearing every day, we almost gave them porridge as babies. We didn't just come and flood them with African. You understand? We just started to take the nice simple jacket, the same one you're wearing, the same one you bought last year from these other international. We do almost the same jacket, the one you have, but so people were actually ready. Because these into like African, they were almost. There's two, sir, somewhere, somehow. If you guys try, they like someone is wearing something, you're like, what are this one? Because like as it is something new we're bringing in a society, we need to kind of scale. So I think for us from Urban Zulu, we didn't see the need to go look for support, go the institutions, because already people, because at the end of the day, the biggest institution is the population, Because you can get support from government. And after that, if you don't get support from the people, you will eat that government, man.
And just before we break, and it's into Stolagalago.
Right now, social media, the online store, website is www.isintosouthafrica.co.za, and then Instagram is Isinto_South Africa, and Twitter is Isinto_South Africa, Facebook is Isinto. Okay. Push into it, but it's going to go retail soon.
Okay. And La Rekisha internationally or just locally?
Right now, it's locally because we've been running for a year.
All right. And same in Urban Zulu?
we also have a small store in DC, but
Okay.
with the online, we can sell anyway.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Alrighty then, we're supporting, of course, proudly South African and locally manufactured and produced garments. We're putting the spotlight on African fashion, and of course, we still have Mogerboy.
Do women reveal too much? You know what? It goes back, my man, because some people will make excuses of it being a culture. However, if you are conscious that what you're wearing reveals too much, then they are revealing too much, you know?
Honestly, I don't think so.
These days, revealing your skin is in fashion. So people are just gonna wear short clothing and short skirts, short everything just to fit in.
I don't think young women are overexposed or they are revealing too much because they're young, banamabore, so they should just be hot and be young people.
I don't think there's any such thing as that. If they feel comfortable in the way they're wearing, everyone should be comfortable.
Well, we're almost at the end of our program. About African fashion. But one of that interesting question, of course, young people on the streets, do they think or a young woman reveal a lot? And I can it also dates back to dance, and now it seems like it's not necessarily the case. They need to just to cover up. So even our fashion designers, what do they think about revealing and what's sexy? Is it just a westernized concept, or it's also something that fashion can incorporate back?
I think you can just show as much as you think it's right for you to show. For me, I think if I design a cloth, I put in mind, as a father, my daughter is like 13 years old. So this thing, will I be comfortable if it go you know? So those are the few things that personally, as from Urban Zulu, I'm lucky enough to have people that are referred to, oh, maybe my wife, I'm thinking, if my wife is wearing such, would I be comfortable? So that's where the direction of my personal, or my sisters, or anyone from the street, the sales guys, the family, I just put myself in the shoes of the relative of whatever that I'm trying. If I see something, that won't be enough, because you know, somewhere, somehow, that's the most important thing.
On that, to me as well, sizokwenza sibuza ne-studio audience yethu ukuthi icabangani about this. I've seen it mangiya kuma-function esintu kakhulukazi abantu ama-chichi ahleze egqokele nomndindi nezinto ezincane. I don't know ukuthi mawuthi revealing too much kusuke kuyinkinga kabani bwabo or wena osukubuka on the other side ukuthi it's too much. I don't know ukuthi kusuke kumanje lesimene but I would like to find out from you sis. Do you think ukuthi njengamanje amantombazana especially amancane izinto ayigqokayo ziveza kakhulu umzimba wayo, if bawuveza kuyinkinga yini lokho?
Cha ngicabanga ukuthi kuyinkinga because as ukhuluma manje about amajiji, like it's culture. Mawuyintombazane seseyijiji kuyafuna ukuthi ureveal like umzimba uveza amabele ase straight ungagcoki ngaphansi yabo, but then thina as nje ngasho ukuthi la igoli cha kuvumelekile nje enhlobo. Like ayibonise respect as umuntu wesifazane. Like mawuzu uyangibona ke mina umuntu okhona nomzimba. Imagine sengiyavela sengifaka into engaka bazothina abantu ayibukeki.
Sure.
Ayibukeki.
Okay. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Gentle brother.
I cannot say I disagree or agree because of, as Papi said, it's up to the individual. How do you feel about yourself? Are you too revealing based on what are the communities saying? Let's say like then people, what are they saying? So if they're gonna respond in like my brother just said, it's something she's too revealing. That's what I can say.
Okay. Siswami ngathi unombono ohlukile lapho ufuna ukuza kwena because sesitholile umbono womuntu wesilisa ngokubona kwakho ukuthi abantu besifazane especially abancane kumanje izinto abazigqoka ziveza kakhulu nanokuthi kuyicala noma kukhona ukuveza kakhulu komzimba.
No, I think you should wear what you feel it's comfortable, you are comfortable in. Like right now, I'm a person, like my body is very small. Apparently, when I want to come out probably with shorts or something, I should feel free in what I'm wearing. And a guy shouldn't have that thing, you whistling or something, you know. maybe I wouldn't feel nice about it, you know. And some other people, then they will have that thing where they will talk a lot or something behind my back, and it will make me have this low self-esteem. So at the end of the day, just allow us girls to wear the way we are comfortable in.
Cool stuff. And we're also taking your calls on 0113391315. Daily Thetha le. Asiye ku Thando Israel. Thando, welcome to Daily Thetha ma.
Hello guys.
Kunjani?
Thando.
Ngiyaphila.
Khuluma nathi Thando. Ithini comment yakho namhlanje?
Jasmine, I know what I feel, ne? I feel that it is not easy for you to wear this prints on a daily basis. Firstly, I feel you should understand them, understand yourself first as a person, because these prints mean something. Being African signifies purity. So you should understand on whatever that you're wearing, where does it come from? We must ask the designers, where does it come from? What does it signify? You can't just wear. Because some other garments will get to a certain country, maybe they're not being worn by women, they're only being worn by males and such things. So when I rock my Evans Zulu dresses on, I won't have my Brazilian on. I make sure I prefer not to wear heels. I prefer my gladiators or my all-stars. Hi, Papi. So I think you must always make sure that also from the person that you're buying from should also explain these things to you, because I feel, as I'm saying, understand before you can wear them, not just because of the fashion trend that is going on.
Yes. So just in closing, understand before we go lempahla ungavela usuke nje uyigqoka, because sometimes ezinye zisho enye into and understand. Call staff, thank you very much. Thando, siyabonga kakhulu ngecall yakho on Daily Thetha.
Just briefly for Tsamaya, what will it take for lifihlisa batho to a point where ba ka apara diaparo tsa gago on a daily basis?
I think abantu mele ba understand ukuthi we are trying to tell like South African stories. Mina I for one, I'm trying to sell a piece of South Africa to the world. Understand? And hence everything is manufactured and sourced here in South Africa.
Actually, that's what I like about most of your clothes for you. Actually creating jobs. Marala, if you missed out on the fashion, let us call back our models just one more time. What talent we have in African. While you enjoy that, we have to say goodbye.
Siyabonga kakhulu, and nanganjani futhi Daily Thetha ihleze khona msombuluko kuyoshawa lesine 11 kuyoshawa 12 sikhuluma indaba sifuna sikhulume ngazo nangasonke isikhathi sithola ku Facebook na ku Twitter ama content ufuna usitshela yona, so ke sizawubheka nayo imsiko yakithi ukuthi inhle kanjani mase ihlangene. Siyabonga.